What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into our first news. Sean Strickland has made it clear that he's not interested in fighting Israel Adesanya for his upcoming UFC return. While many fans expected the two to face off after Adesanya called him out on the red carpet at the UFC Hall of Fame ceremony, Strickland has other plans. Instead of chasing that high-profile rematch, he's calling for a showdown with Anthony Hernandez, better known by his nickname, Fluffy. In a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Strickland said he believes a fight with Hernandez makes the most sense for his comeback. "I would imagine me and Fluffy might be going at it," he said. "That's the fight to make. I don't want Israel Adesanya. I'm not going to fight Izzy. Honestly, I think it's an easier fight for me, but I want to fight that little champ. I want to fight somebody like Fluffy." Strickland explained that facing Hernandez would push him closer to title contention because of the stylistic challenge it presents. He described Hernandez as the American Khamzat, pointing out his relentless grappling and pressure-based fighting style. Strickland went on to say that if he can out-wrestle Hernandez for 5 rounds, it will solidify his position among the top contenders in the division. "If I just go out there and out-wrestle that guy for 5 rounds, it's like, all right, you go beat your cans and let me know when you're ready," he said with his usual confidence. For Strickland, this matchup isn't just about a win. It's about proving that he's still one of the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC. "I'm one of the best grapplers in the UFC," he stated firmly. "I just don't get to show it very often, but I know how good I am on the ground." He added that the reason he specifically wants to fight Hernandez is to test himself against someone who thrives in grappling exchanges. "Out of anybody, I want to fight him just to say, all right, 25 minutes of the American Khamzat," Strickland said. It's a classic move from the outspoken contender, turning down the big-name money fight in favor of a tougher stylistic test that could strengthen his claim to another title shot. With his trademark confidence and no-nonsense attitude, Strickland made it clear that when he returns, he wants to face someone who pushes him to his limits. And right now, that man is Anthony Hernandez. Before moving to the next news, we have one quick request for you. We are constantly working on improving our content to earn your love and support. That is why we truly appreciate it if you could take just a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update here on MMA Pulse News. Moving on to another news, new footage has revealed that Magomed Ankalaev fought Alex Pereira at UFC 320 with a serious injury. Shortly after Ankalaev's TKO loss, his manager Ali Abdelaziz claimed that the former champion entered the fight with broken ribs. At first, fans were skeptical, but recently released video footage has confirmed the story, showing Ankalaev visibly struggling with pain just 20 days before the bout. In the clip, his medical team can be seen examining the area, asking where the pain spreads and how severe it feels, while his coaches repeatedly urged him to pull out of the fight. Despite their concerns, Ankalaev refused to withdraw, insisting on going through with the main event. The video shows him wincing as his ribs are touched, clearly in discomfort, yet still determined to stay in camp. His team discussed the risk of the injury worsening, but Ankalaev's focus remained on competing against Pereira no matter what. That decision ultimately cost him, as Pereira appeared to target the same area during their fight, landing several powerful body kicks and sharp elbows directly to the injured ribs. Each strike visibly affected Ankalaev, who tried to push through the pain but couldn't maintain his usual pressure and movement. As the rounds went on, the damage became more evident, and Pereira capitalized, forcing a stoppage with a series of devastating blows. Many fans have since praised Ankalaev's toughness and heart for stepping into the octagon under such difficult circumstances, while others questioned whether fighting injured was the right call. Either way, the footage proves just how much grit and determination Ankalaev showed, going toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous strikers in the sport despite carrying a painful pre-existing injury. Moving on to another news, Sean O'Malley believes he's the only fighter in the world capable of defeating Merab. With an incredible 14-fight win streak, Merab currently holds the second longest active streak in the UFC and recently tied the record for most bantamweight title defenses with his 3rd successful defense against Corey Sandhagen. Having already beaten the top 4 contenders in the division, many fans and analysts are wondering who, if anyone, can stop the machine. According to O'Malley, the answer is simple: he's the only one who can. Speaking on his Bromalley podcast, the bantamweight star shared his thoughts on Merab's dominance and what it would take to end it. O'Malley explained that the key to beating Merab isn't wrestling or grappling, it's timing, precision, and landing the perfect knockout shot. To beat Merab, you just have to land that one clean shot, he said. You have to be able to snipe him. He's starting to get more confident in his striking, but that confidence is making him a little reckless. The more aggressive he gets, the more openings he leaves to be caught. O'Malley, known for his elite striking and sharp counterattacks, believes that as Merab continues to evolve his stand-up game, it might also expose him to more danger against precise strikers like himself. "I don't really see anyone else being able to beat him," he continued. "I hate to say it, but I think I'm the only one who can. He needs to be clipped, he needs to be knocked out and put to sleep to be stopped, and I just don't see anyone other than me doing that." He admitted that before he earns another shot at Merab, he'll have to pick up a few more wins. "If they give me that chance, especially at the White House card, I'll be ready," O'Malley said confidently. "I just have to go out there and stack up some wins first." Despite Merab's reputation as an unstoppable force, O'Malley remains convinced that his speed, accuracy, and creativity inside the octagon make him the perfect fighter to finally end the champion's streak. He finished by saying that Merab's relentless pace is unmatched, but every machine has a breaking point, and when that moment comes, he intends to be the one to deliver it. Moving on to another news, Ilia and Georgina Uskatagui-Bedell are facing growing speculation about a possible breakup. Georgina, the businesswoman often seen supporting the UFC champ cage side, has caught fans' attention after subtle changes appeared on her social media. Online sleuths noticed that she removed several photos featuring the couple, while Ilia still has only one family-related post that includes her. Despite the buzz, neither Ilia nor Georgina has confirmed any split, and no official statements have been made. The pair have been publicly linked for years and are widely described in media as married with 2 children, a son and a daughter. Fans have long admired their relationship, often calling them one of the UFC's most solid couples. However, this sudden social media activity has fueled rumors that something might be off. Still, it's important to note that these claims are based purely on speculation and online observations. Until either Ilia or Georgina addresses the situation directly, it remains unclear whether this is a genuine separation or simply a brief period of digital ambiguity. For now, fans are left wondering, while both continue to stay silent on the matter. Moving on to another news, Demetrius Johnson, better known as Mighty Mouse, recently shared his honest thoughts about the upcoming UFC White House card, and he didn't hold back. Johnson made it clear that he doesn't believe Conor or Jon Jones deserve to headline such a historic event. After Dana White officially announced that the UFC will host its first ever event at the White House on June 14th, excitement began building around who would take center stage. The 2 biggest names being discussed were Conor and Jones, but according to Johnson, there are other fighters far more deserving of that spotlight. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Johnson explained that active fighters who have been grinding, competing, and putting in consistent work should get the chance to headline, not stars who have been inactive for long stretches. He gave an example, saying that if a fighter like Jairzinho Rozenstruik came back and worked his way up by beating tough contenders such as Jailton Almeida or the winner of Volkov versus Almeida, then he would absolutely earn a spot on that card. Johnson emphasized that merit and recent activity should be the deciding factors, not fame or legacy alone. He also acknowledged the incredible accomplishments of Jon Jones, calling his career achievements amazing and worthy of respect. However, Johnson pointed out that being legendary shouldn't automatically grant someone the biggest opportunities if they're not currently active in the octagon. "I just don't like when someone's sitting at home, not competing, and then gets to pick and choose what they want to do," he said. "Maybe they earned that right, I don't know, but I prefer to see fighters who are out there putting rubber to the pavement." When it came to Conor, Johnson didn't hold back either. He said that while Conor has a strong relationship with former President Donald Trump and might have political or promotional ties that make sense, he still doesn't think he belongs on the White House card. Johnson argued that other hardworking athletes who have been consistently fighting and representing the sport shouldn't be pushed aside for someone who's been inactive. He made it clear that this event should celebrate dedication and current performance, not just popularity. For Johnson, the White House card should represent the fighters who are earning their moments inside the cage right now, not those living off past glories. Moving on to another news, Paddy Pimblett recently shared his live reaction to Alex Pereira's stunning knockout win over Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 320, and according to Paddy, the UFC is much better off with Pereira as the light heavyweight champion. In his reaction video, Paddy was clearly in shock as he watched Pereira finish Ankalaev with a brutal sequence of elbows that left the Russian completely motionless on the canvas. As the fight ended, Paddy could be heard saying, "It's over! Oh my god, it's over already! Wow, that was fast!" He then broke down what he saw, pointing out that he thought the referee was about to step in earlier but didn't. "Why didn't he move there though, lad?" Paddy said. "I thought it was going to be an early stoppage and Dean was going to jump in, but he just let it go. Ankalaev didn't move. The elbows were lovely, just perfect shots." Paddy went on to say that he expected Ankalaev to recover and start wrestling, but Pereira's power was simply too much. I never even really reacted there because I thought Ankalaev was going to go for a single leg and wrestle up, but he just never did. Pereira's power is unreal. Those 12-6 elbows were nasty, and you could tell that once they landed, it was over. After breaking down the fight, Paddy gave his thoughts on Pereira as the new champion. "It's better for the UFC that Pereira's the champ," he said. "Definitely more people are interested in watching him fight than Ankalaev. He's a massive star, lad. He brings in the views, he knocks people out, and people love that. He's the kind of champion that makes casual fans want to tune in." Paddy even mentioned the possibility of Pereira moving up to heavyweight in the future. "It'd be sick to see him go up to heavyweight and try to become a double champ," he said. "But I think he'll defend the light heavyweight belt at least one more time before that happens. Then again, you never know, lad. Tom could beat Stipe, and Pereira could be right there calling him out next." Paddy also brought up the idea of Pereira facing top heavyweights, saying, "You could see him go up and fight Aspinall, but Aspinall's grappling would be the big difference in that fight. Still, Pereira's striking is on another level, and if he lands, it could end quick." In the end, Paddy made it clear that Pereira's rise has been great for the UFC. His charisma, knockout power, and championship mentality have brought excitement back to the light heavyweight division, and according to Paddy Pimblett, that's exactly what the sport needs right now. Moving on to another news, Dana White has officially shut down Conor's latest round of wild comments. Over the past few days, Conor has made several bold claims about his UFC return, sparking confusion and excitement across social media. The Irish superstar insisted he was already negotiating a spot on the UFC's highly anticipated White House card, allegedly in collaboration with the Trump administration. He even went as far as confirming the news in an interview with Sean Hannity, confidently saying, "Done deal. Signed, delivered. It's not a negotiation, it's a done deal." According to Conor, he would be competing at the White House for America's 250th birthday celebration. But when asked about these comments during the post-UFC 320 press conference, Dana White wasted no time shutting it all down. The UFC CEO clarified that nothing Conor said was true and that the organization hasn't started negotiating any fights for that event yet. White explained, "We're still figuring out the production and how everything's going to work at the White House. We haven't even started talking about fights for that card. That won't begin until February," White did. However, admit that Conor is extremely eager to be part of that card, saying it's obvious how fired up he is to return to the octagon. Still, Dana made it clear, no deals have been made and no contracts have been signed. The statement has added more mystery to the ongoing saga surrounding Conor's comeback, as fans are now left wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Adding to the confusion, Conor has also been demanding a staggering $200 million compensation package for his return fight. Many believe this could be one of the reasons for the ongoing delay or hesitation from the UFC side. Yet, despite all the speculation, Conor continues to insist his fight is happening. During a recent media call, he once again declared he's fighting on the White House card and revealed that his UFC contract is nearing its end. Conor said, "I am Conor. I can do as I please. Let's see how the future shapes out. I've got my UFC contract, I've got the fight at the White House coming up in 8 months, then I've got one more fight left. The UFC have to come to me with business. They might want to secure me for longer, or they might let me go. I don't know. That's their decision to make. For me, it's all about my preparation and what's ahead." And even after all the denials from Dana White, Conor didn't stop there. Following a recent BKFC event, he once again mentioned new contract talks with the UFC. He said, "Don't get me wrong, I miss the fight game. I'm excited about what's ahead. Dave wants me in bare knuckle. The UFC are working on a new deal or whatever's going to happen. I don't know. We'll take it day by day, but God is great, and I thank him every day." So while Dana White has made it clear that nothing is official yet, Conor's determination to make his White House return happen remains stronger than ever. Moving on to another news, Bisping has shared his thoughts on what could be next for Alex Pereira following his dominant win at UFC 320. After the event, Dana White revealed that Pereira had told him he's interested in moving up to heavyweight. However, Dana wasn't entirely convinced, pointing out that Pereira once fought at 185 pounds and jumping 2 divisions might be pushing it. Despite that, Bisping completely disagrees. Speaking on his Believe You Me podcast, he said that Pereira's natural size and frame make him a perfect fit for heavyweight competition. Bisping explained that Pereira already cuts down from around 234 pounds for light heavyweight bouts, which means he could easily bulk up to 240 or even 245 pounds without losing athleticism. In Bisping's view, that puts him right in the mix with the top-tier heavyweights. He suggested that instead of chasing a rumored super fight with Jon Jones at the potential White House card, Pereira should instead challenge Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title. According to Bisping, that matchup would make much more sense and could even headline the UFC's first event under its new broadcast partnership with Paramount. He went on to say that Pereira versus Aspinall would be a massive fight to kick off the new year, ideally taking place in the first quarter of 2026. Bisping also noted that the White House event should follow a special theme, Americans versus non-Americans, celebrating the spirit of 1776. That, he argued, would rule out Pereira versus Aspinall for that specific card, since Pereira is Brazilian and Aspinall is British. Still, he believes the matchup itself deserves to happen, just on a different stage. Bisping praised both fighters, saying Aspinall is on fire right now and could very well defeat Cyril Gane in his next outing. Pairing him with Pereira, who's coming off yet another highlight reel victory, would be a dream scenario for fans and the promotion alike. He added that if Pereira were to win, he would make history as the first fighter ever to claim titles in 3 different UFC weight classes: middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. And if not, there's no harm done. He can simply stay at 205 and continue his reign there. In Bisping's eyes, Pereira's combination of power, precision, and size makes this next move both realistic and thrilling.
That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.